All right, welcome. Today, we're going to do a bit of a masterclass on one of the most critical parts of any graduate application, the essays. Nailing these can be the key that unlocks the door to your dream program. But, and this is a big but, a simple misunderstanding here can put even the best candidates at a huge disadvantage. So, let's dive right in. So, what is it? What's the #1 rejection trap that trips up qualified applicants year after year after year? I promise you, it's probably not what you think. It's not a slightly lower GPA, it's not a test score. Nope, it's something much more fundamental. And here it is, it's confusing your story with your plan. In other words, confusing your personal statement with your statement of purpose. So many applicants treat them like they're kind of the same thing, but for an admissions committee, oh man, they're testing two completely different skill sets. Getting this wrong isn't a small mistake. It's a critical failure to understand the assignment. And here's the best way to think about it, the core analogy we're going to use today. Your personal statement, that's your origin story. It's all about your past, your journey, what makes you, well, you. And the statement of purpose? That's your technical blueprint. It's your detailed plan for the future. Let's break down exactly what that means. Okay, so let's start with that origin story. The personal statement is all about looking backward. It's your chance to weave a compelling narrative, to connect all the dots of your life and really show the committee the human being behind the grades and the resume. At its heart, you can think of the personal statement as an intellectual autobiography. It really only has one job, to answer the question, who are you and why does your journey matter? It's about your identity, not just a laundry list of your achievements. So what are committees really looking for when they read this? Well, take a look. Sure, it's your story and motivation, but they're digging way deeper. They're looking for signs of resilience, of growth. They want to know about the challenges that shaped you, the unique perspective only you can bring. They're trying to figure out your character and your level of self-awareness. And this quote from the University of Chicago just nails it. They call it the fun and interesting part of your application. Notice what they don't say. They don't say it's where you repeat your resume. No, it's where they get to meet you, the person. Your transcript shows what you did. The personal statement shows who you are. Okay, now let's pivot to the statement of purpose, your technical blueprint. If the personal statement looks back, the statement of purpose is laser focused on the future. This is not a story. Let me say that again. This is not a story. It's a strategic, analytical, professional document. I want you to think of the statement of purpose as a technical defense of your candidacy. You are literally making a formal case to the faculty. And you have to answer 3 key questions with surgical precision. What, specifically, do you want to study? Why is now the right time? And maybe most importantly, why this exact program? And this is what a winning SOP looks like. It's not about vague passions, it's about specific research interests. It's not a story, it's got a technical, professional tone. But the most critical piece of the puzzle? That last one, proving explicit fit with their program and their faculty. You have to show them you've done your homework. And just listen to how UC Berkeley puts it. The goal is to convince the faculty. That right there is the key insight. Your audience for the SOP isn't some general admissions office, it's the professors you actually want to work with. They're looking at you as a potential colleague, and they need to see that you're ready to hit the ground running from day one. So we've got these 2 very different documents. How do they actually work together? Well, this brings us to the core of this whole thing, something I call the admissions formula. This is basically the hidden framework that committees use to evaluate your entire application. Here it is. Your shot at getting an offer equals your research fit times your technical readiness, and then you add your narrative resilience. Now, this isn't just a simple checklist. It's an actual equation. And you see that multiplication sign? That's everything. Because if your research fit is 0 or your technical readiness is 0, what happens? The entire first part of the equation just, boof, collapses to 0. That's how vital it is. So, that first part of the formula, that's your statement of purpose. 100%. This is your technical blueprint. It's where you prove that your research interests line up with theirs, that's your research fit, and that you've got the skills and background to do the work, that's your technical readiness. And the second part of the formula, that plus part, that's all about your personal statement. This is your origin story. It's the tiebreaker, the human element. It demonstrates your character, your deep-seated motivation, and your ability to bounce back from challenges. It's what separates you from all the other technically qualified people in the pile. This table just lays it all out perfectly. Just look down the columns. The personal statement is asking, why are you even on this path? While the statement of purpose asks, okay, what are you going to do here? One looks to the past, the other to the future. One is a story, the other is a plan. It all comes back to that core idea: origin story versus technical blueprint. All right, so now that you've got the formula, let's talk strategy. How do you actually execute this perfectly and avoid all the common traps that sink so many other applications? First up, what not to do. These are the classics. Restating your resume is probably the biggest one. They already have it. Using tired cliches like, I just want to help people. It just shows you haven't thought deeply enough. But the absolute deadliest mistake, submitting a generic essay to every school. It just screams that you haven't done your research, and it totally nukes the research fit part of our formula. So what does a winning strategy actually look like? Well, for your statement of purpose, you need to get hyper-specific. I mean, you should be naming specific faculty members, labs, even research questions you're interested in. That's how you prove research fit. And for your personal statement, the name of the game is authenticity. Don't write what you think they want to hear. Tell a story only you can tell, and make sure you connect it directly back to why you're pursuing this field. So we'll end on this question right here. The thing is, a winning application needs to do both. Your personal statement is the incredible origin story that makes the committee root for you. And your statement of purpose is the undeniable business plan that makes them want to invest in you. So the question you really need to ask yourself is this: does your application do both?